Since we have understood how implementation monitoring is used as a monitoring framework, how about we understand the context and complexity of monitoring? When we talk about the context and complexity of monitoring, we must talk about its type, which include performance, context, and complementary monitoring. Performance monitoring can be understood as the measurement of the ongoing and systematic collection of performance indicator data and other quantitative or qualitative information to reveal whether implementation is on track and whether expected results are being achieved. In context monitoring, the researcher collects information about conditions and external factors that are relevant to the implementation and performance of a project undertaken. Context and performance monitoring are used to supplement complementary monitoring. This involves a complexity-aware approach to predict the probable changes to the program. Let us now understand how context monitoring can be undertaken for a study. Context monitoring tracks the overall setting in which the project operates, and therefore is often called situation monitoring. It is used to supplement the complexity-aware monitoring approaches, helping to answer several questions that are often missing or unpredictable in the program. There are four major approaches that are used in complexity-aware monitoring, which are developed to integrate with or build upon the traditional M&E systems. They are social network analysis, sentinel indicators, contribution analysis, and most significant changes. The diagram on the left shows the social agreement technical certainty matrix. As shown in this diagram, simple problems are those in which stakeholders have a common goal of solving the existing problem and they are highly aware of the causes and solutions pertaining to the problem. There are two ways to understand the complicated problems. There can be a high level of social agreement but low technical certainty, or there can be a low social agreement but high technical certainty. In terms of complex problems, it is where there are low levels of both technical certainty and social agreement about an issue. To present you with a clear picture of how context and performance monitoring work, let us look at the given diagram. The boxes consist of the key functions of process evaluation and relations among them that determine the nature of the investigation. It also enables us to determine and interpret the outcomes. Now the question arises, what to monitor? Monitoring can be based on the four factors of reach, context, fidelity, and equity. Each of these factors include the key pointers that must be considered when the researcher monitors a program. Under the reach factor, we need to consider things like the number of units delivered or the number of service delivery points that are operational and the time for service delivery. When we look at the context of monitoring, we are basically looking at the effects of external factors and internal factors on service delivery, any adaptations made to it, along with the feedback from the beneficiaries. In terms of monitoring fidelity, we need to bring forth details of the number of units delivered that comply with the set benchmarks, along with the events planned and the average time for an event. And lastly, in terms of equity, we need to take care to note the type of beneficiaries that were serviced, the spatial distribution of service delivery, and consumer feedback. It is crucial to understand how a project can be managed effectively and efficiently using the Management Information System, which we will now discuss in detail through web-based and mobile-based Management Information System. Web-based MIS is a software that uses online technology to function and must include comprehensive project management tools such as broad project planning, command over the execution, data analysis, etc. The web-based MIS aids in establishing a broad level of control over the project's objectives and in assessing their success. In contrast to web-based MIS, we have the mobile-based MIS, which is more accessible due to the prevalence of mobile infrastructures, offering more bandwidth and consistent connectivity. End-user terminals are often wirelessly connected and easily portable in space, which are then used to access information resources and services.